Hello everyone, I'm Nilu. Welcome to my channel where I share tutorials and tips for web developer. Whether you are beginner or experienced coder, there is something here for learn. Let's code, learn and grow together. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this layout using Flexbox. And in this tutorial we are going to go through the header part, the nav bar, the main content, the sidebar and this little footer. Okay, first thing first. We make two files, one HTML file and one CSS file, and in the HTML file we are going to make our layout. First we need a header, so let's make our header. Okay, then in the header maybe you need some title. I use h1 tag, and in here for example we have flex tutorial. Okay, and then after that, as you saw, we have this header part. Let's make this header part, let's make this nav part, sorry. Okay, and in the nav part we are going to have an unordered list, and let's make this unordered list, and this list contains items. So we have items in here. Let's have 4 items. Okay, and for example the first one is home, the second one is about, and third one is services. For example this website has different services that can provide for the user, and the contact. Okay, then we have a main content part. Let's make this main content part with the tag main, and add the section for the content, the left section part, and also we have a side one which is for the right part. Actually using these tags instead of just div is because of the accessibility. It makes the reader software to read better, and it's just helps those users who cannot for example see the contents. Okay, and in the section part we have a div, and in that we have a title. I use h2 tag, a little smaller than the header one, and in this we have main content, for example. And after that there is a p tag, and in p tag I have something to just the lorem, just something to fill the paragraph. And after that we have another div for the image. For the image we can have different sources. We can use a file, for example a png file, add a png image in here, and then add it to the source part, but use an address from the internet. So here is the address of the image. You can see now the image, which is a panda. And after that in the aside part also we have for example h2 sidebar, something like this, and p for the lorem part. And after that, what else we have? We have a footer. A footer is also outside of the main part, so footer part. And in the footer I have something that I'm going to copy in here. Okay, so up to now what we have a header part, we have a nav bar, we have a main, we have a footer, and in the main we have two sections for the content and for the aside part. Okay, now let's add some CSS and learn the flex box through the CSS. First let's add the class for each of them. For example, for the first one I'm going to add a class and its name is header, and we have a class in here. We can and then add the CSS to this specific element. So we have this class and the name is nav, for example, and also we can add anchor tag for these elements to just make these links clickable, actually makes them links. And for this also add the href, for example, goes nowhere, just a href, and then we can add the link if we want, but right now we don't have any link. Okay, here. For having multiple selection we use option button, and just paste it and erase this part. Okay, after that we have a main tag, add a class, its name is main content, for example, content, and the section part is content, for example. And what else, we have a two part in here. One of them is the just the content, and another one is the image, we call it image, for example. And after that we have a aside section, which I'm going to add a class, its name is sidebar. And what else we have a footer, so we add class and it is the footer. Okay, now we have the classes, so let's go to the CSS part and add the class. Okay, first I'm going to just add some style to all of the elements. Make the margin 0, because some of the elements have some default styles, but I want to remove those. And the box sizing also needs to be in the border box. I usually add these styles before to start to style the page. This makes the default styles go away. Okay, for first I want to add a font family. For example, I use Arial, and if it is not Arial, use those other things. Okay, first as you can see in here, we have these boxes: the header part, the nav part, the main part, and the footer part in the column format, in the in the vertical direction. So for this I'm going to add display flex, which we use display flex for the parent of the elements that we want them to be flexed. And now after adding display flex, I have the flex childs, which are header, navbar, main content, and the footer. And I want to add flex direction. Flex direction is column, and also the height is going to be 100 ph. Okay, now for the header, for the navbar, for the main content, for the footer, I'm going to add padding is equal to, for example, 20 pixel. And for the header, I'm going to add background color. Background color is going to be this hexacode, and the color of the, oh sorry, I haven't added the link to the link of the CSS file to the HTML file yet. Because of that, I cannot see the styles. So in here, in the head part of the HTML, I am going to add a link tag, which is a single tag, and I use this attribute style sheet and href, and I add the styles, that CSS one that I already had in here. So now we can see everything is fine. Okay, I add the color to be white. Okay, you can use the code, the hexacode of the white, which is, I think, FFF. Yeah. And after that, the text line I want to be in the center. Okay. And after that, for the nav part, now the header part is good. Okay, for the nav part, I want to have this style for all the UL or unordered list element. This style. This style type is going to be none, and as you can see, there is no bullet point anymore after this property. And I want to have padding of 0, and for the item list, which is li, I want to have display in line. Okay, and margin right is going to be 10 pixel, for example. And for this, again, I want to have some style for the anchor tag, which is, I'm going to erase the decoration, which is the default decoration, which is that little blue one, to just disappear. So I can add text decoration to be none. And what else? I want the padding part also to be 0, something like this. And after that, I am going to no, this padding is extra. I don't want to have this, but the color is also this. So now I have this color. And what else I want to have? I want to add nav bar. Okay, for the nav bar, I want to have also the background color. The background color is to be E7, 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 something like this, which is a gray, a very light gray. And now I want to also add display flex to this nav bar and have the justify content center for having the elements in the center part. And what else I want to have? I want to add the style to the main content. So now also the nav is fine, but in here I added to the center of the nav part, but it's also okay if you want to put it in here. And for this part also I want to add some style to the main content part. The main content part contains main content. The main content part contains this main content and the sidebar, so I want to have again display flex. And as I added the display flex, it's going to be something like this. As you see, it is the row, and as I already said, you can adjust it to the column. So if you, for example, in here, if you have flex direction column, it's going to be in the vertical mode, but I don't need it now. I want this to be just that. And also I want to have some space between these two elements, and for this I am going to use justify content and use this space between, so it's going to have slight space between them. Now we can see this space. What else? I want to add some also some style to the main content and to the sidebar. For the content, which is in the left part of the image, I am going to have content, and these two, the content and the sidebar, are the children of the parent, which is now flex. If I want this to have more space and this to have less space, I am going to add flex 2 for this to have more space, and for the for the sidebar I am going to have flex is equal to 1. Okay, now if I you can see that these have two it has a double space than the right one, which is the sidebar. Okay, now I want to add some style to the content. Also I want to have this little image in right side of the content, so I'm going to add display flex again, and when I add display flex, these two again, this image and this contents are now two children flex, and I have these things. And after that I'm going to add some style to the image, which is the div that I added. So I want to have the width to be 100%, and I want to have the content to the image tags to have border radius, for example, to be 100 pixel, and now the image has some border radius. And also for the content for the paragraph, I want to add some margin, 10 pixel. And what else? I have a sidebar. Now the sidebar is the sidebar also needs to have some the paragraph on the sidebar also need to have some style, which is margin 10 pixel. And what else? And for the font size, I want to have a smaller font size, for example 12 pixel. Okay. And now I want to add some color to this content and sidebar. Let me grab this too and add it here. So we have some style now, and as you can see, these two are in flex, and as I added this space between, we have these little space in here. And also for the footer part, I am going to have another style like this. Okay, let's see what we have now. Let me just grab it here. Okay, that's good. Up to now it's the things that we have, but we have some error in here, because as you can see, this little one is has 100 we have 100 view height in here, but it's not all, it doesn't cover everything. Let me see what we have in here. The height. Okay, why we don't have this one? Okay, we have it, but it's not what we want. Okay, let's just debug this, inspect, and now I have this body is 100 ph, which is not applying. Okay, let's see why we have here is 100 pixels. So also in here, what do we have? We have bodies also 100 vh, the header, the navbar, the main section are also footer. Let's see why we have this little extra space in here. Okay, I figured it out. I have wrote the height. No, it's fine. Why we have this then? 100 vh. Okay, let's add 100 vh to also to the main content. Maybe it works. it now works. I needed to add the 100 VH to also this whole main part, and now we have what we wanted. But let's add some extra things for having this as a responsive web page. As you can see now, if I make it to the weight is going to be smaller, but the content is not adjust as this as the width goes smaller and smaller. So let's add some media query in here. I have media, and the screen is going to be max width, going to be 768 pixel. For the less than that, I'm going to add another things. For example, in here I want to have when it is less than 768, I am going to add main content this aside to this main content. I'm going to have it flex direction of column, and now you can see that it is in the column form. Also for the content, I want to have this little panda shape under the content, so I am going to also add flex direction column. Now as you can see, it's fine. Also I want to have the content image to be 100%. The width is going to be 100%. Now you can see that if I make this little things with this width, we have this shape, but when I change it to, for example, this one, it's going to be in the screen of the iPhone 12 Pro, it's going to be something like this, but in the screen I'm going to have this. Okay, now for the wrap up, what we did up to through this tutorial, we learned how to make the element flexible by adding display flex to the parents and flex direction to the parents for having it row shape or in the column shape. Also for having the space between the child, we add the justify content to the again parent, and for having, for example, this child have more space than the another child, for example 2 more space, I add flex 2 to the child and flex 1 to another child. Also I can for example add flex 3, as you it is not very clear, but it's going to have 3 times more. Okay, you saw. Okay, and for the again for the child, the child of the parents, the main parents, and again for the child we can add display flex. When we add display flex, this child is also it's going to be the parent of another child. It's also the child of his own parent, but also it's in another, it has its own child. For example, I have my children and I am the child of my parents, just like this. Okay, thank you for the watching, and please subscribe for more videos. Bye.